What's going on? So today we are going to be doing a replica versus retail comparison on the Nike SB Powerpuff Girls Bubbles. Now, if you cannot tell, the replica pair is on the right. Now, I'm briefly going to get into the boxes. I usually don't, but some people have been complaining, even though they change the boxes very frequently, so I will get that bubble wrap. So right now I'll get into that and then we'll get into the shoes. First thing I noticed, this is the retail box, this is the replica box, is that the color is slightly off. Slight hue, I don't know if you guys can see that, and the font right here looks a bit thinner. I don't know if you guys can see that. Also, it is missing this Nike Air tag, I guess. It's not really a tag, but it's literally blank right here. Like I said, the color's off a bit. I think the font might even be a tad off. And let's get into the papers. Let's take a look at the style codes real quick. Let's try to compare those two. Spoiling it. Let's see. Not too much of a difference there. Just the font is smaller on the Nike one, as you guys can see. And then we'll get into the paper really quickly. So the paper, and the main difference I noticed with the box was the Powerpuff Girls and all related characters and elements Cartoon Network. That's not on the replica box at all. Also, the paper is similar, but it's just better on the retail. And honestly, this doesn't even look the same, so I'm kind of gonna take them out. I didn't want to do this, but I can take them out for comparisons. So this is the retail paper. Jesus, I gotta stand up for this. And this is the replica paper. So they're actually not close at all. The Powerpuff Girls logo is completely different on the replica pair versus the retail. The top is the retail. Obviously, Cartoon Network had to put their little trademark right there. This was probably like a photoshopped image that they just threw together and didn't really focus on accuracy. But as you can see, this is just wrong. Nike SB is too small. The paper is also sort of gray and sort of transparent. This is just like a white piece of paper. So without further ado, let's get into the sneakers. So another quick thing I wanted to let y'all know is that the retail pair comes with this Nike SB sticker. So unless the reps are already doing that by the time this video comes out, you know, that's something to keep in mind. Also, if you guys know, hey, there's a better batch than this shit you're showing us, feel free to let me know. Feel free to comment or whatever, but as to my knowledge, this is like premium shit for this colorway. I could be wrong, so feel free to let me know. Now, enough talking. Let's get right into the differences. Now, overall, structurally, I mean, they did pretty solid, to be honest. It's minor details, one of them being that this black lining is pretty thick compared to the retail pair. You can definitely see that difference. Toe box also looks bigger. Laces look a little lighter on the replica pair. Tongue is a little bit loose. I know Nike be fucking up, but they didn't on this pair. The Powerpuff Girls doesn't even say the Powerpuff Girls. I think it attempts to, but you can actually read the text here a lot better. The stitching on this middle tab is a lot thinner and loosely stitched. The retail pair is a lot nicer. Also, I feel like this pair is a little darker, and the retail pair has this kind of like shine to it. I'm not sure. Yeah, the rep pair has it a little bit, but not really. So yeah, you can definitely see the differences. Again, with this black lining, here's the retail pair, here's the rep. It's just kind of in the way. It cleans up a little bit around the collar, but other than that, you can also see this back stitching is super noticeable compared to on the retail pair. You can see how light the stitching is. This is very heavy stitching. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just how it looks to me. Turning these boys around to the eyes. Now the eye, I mean, come on, man. That outer lining is just, look at the difference. That is a big difference. You could honestly cut this shit with an X-Acto knife. It's also a little sloppy on the eye. You see the stitching is just a little rough. Almost perfect on the retail pair. The smile looks, honestly looks perfectly fine to me. The stitching, there's a different yellow on this retail pair. It's almost like a mustard yellow for the stitching, while I don't know, on the rep pair it looks different, or like a fucking neon yellow. You can kind of see that it's a bit of a difference. It does have the padded SB tongue though, and the sugar, that looks pretty good, but the G looks better on the retail pair. So this is the replica. Look at the G, and this is the retail. The G looks a lot sharper. It has yeah, it's way sharper on the top, and the U kind of looks, no, the U looks fine actually. But yeah, the G is the most noticeable part for me. The padding is fine. The soles look slightly different, but not really. I think the retail pair is a bit more translucent. But overall, man, they did a really good job. You know, minor flaws for the price difference is nothing terrible. The inner Nike swoosh looks really nice though, but the toe box is just a little thick. And Nike has their classic glue stain, shitty quality, as you can just see throughout. And that's not as noticeable on your replica pair. So overall, I think they did pretty good. We can take a look at the insoles right now. Insoles are spot on. This is the retail pair. This is the replica pair. I mean, they did a pretty good job. Same with the other sneaker. The Powerpuff logo, Powerpuff Girls logo is correct, so I'm not sure why they couldn't get the paper right. Seems like they were so close. And then on this sneaker, this is the replica Powerpuff Girls X Nike SB. You can see the stitching in this little extra tag is a little uneven, a little crooked. Also the stitching here, it leans more towards the right. Whereas on the retail pair, the stitching is a bit more centered, still a little sloppy, but there's also less tag. And that's on both pairs. This is the replica pair. Look at all this extra tag. And on the oh, actually, this is the fucking retail pair. So that goes to show you the inconsistencies. This is a lot of extra fucking tag, but it is a bit more in the middle. And then the fucking replica pair has a lot less. So I would just go for the stitching color, because you can see that the color is very different on the retail compared to the replica. It's like a flatter goldish almost kind of yellow, whereas on the retail, let's get that right, is a bit brighter. So this is a pretty, not a close one, but you know, it has its noticeable flaws. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is not the best batch, but it's more of if you didn't know, you probably could fall for that. So, you know, be careful out there. If y'all need the W2C, y'all know what's up, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.